All right. Welcome everybody who is joining in this evening. We welcome you. It's worth noting this is the first time I'm operating this situation on my own without the support of Mr. Jason Pellin. So hopefully everything is going to go very smoothly. Let's just give it another minute as we allow people to join us. Feel free to put where you're joining us from. I know we have people from all over the world. We have a great global community of entrepreneurs operating in 9 countries, and we have people coming from all over the world joining us tonight. We welcome all of you.
Welcome, Carmen,
Oh,
Iris. Look at this. Roxanne,
Dayton,
Julie,
Ohio.
Paula.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I love these guys.
Jersey. Yes. All right. Long Island, New York. Go Knicks. Go Knicks.
Mark,
Here we
great to
go.
see you on here, Mark. Renee Smith, of course. Ken Cox, the copster from Michigan. Kim Elliott, Arizona. Oh my gosh, I know like most of these people, Andrew.
Of
This
course
is
you do,
crazy.
Chele. Chele, you're the superstar here, and people are tuning in to hear from you and learn your story a little bit and share your experiences. But let's get started. I think we should get started.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Andrew Weissman. I'm Vice President with Market America Worldwide and Shop.com, and also a very proud UnFranchise owner. And I want to welcome you to the first look, an introduction to the unfranchised business. And before I introduce our special guest this evening, I just want to share just a few thoughts with you. Um, First of all, there's no pitch here tonight. We're not looking to sell you anything, not looking to convince you or twist your arm or anything like that. It's just think of it as an enlightenment session, an educational session. I know we have a lot of unfranchised owners that are joining us and a lot of their guests who are joining us as well, who are looking to learn about who we are, what we do, why we do it, where we've come from a little bit, and I think maybe have an understanding of where we're going. But for those of you who are guests, it's worth noting, I'm talking to you right now. It's worth noting that the person who invited you to join us on this Zoom session this evening, or this morning, if you're on the other side of the world, really respects you enough to introduce you to our business. I say that because this business is not necessarily for everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know, Chele, you'll agree with this. Anybody and everybody can successfully develop an unfranchised business. But, the timing might not be right. You might not be ready for it. You might not qualify, but you'll understand. I think you'll qualify a little bit later. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to having a sincere desire, having a little bit of an entrepreneurial energy or spirit within you that attracts those types of people to our enterprise, to our business, to our opportunity, to our systems and tools and such. And I think it's important that somebody has to have a little bit of a desire to get a little bit more than what they're currently getting. They want to enhance their quality of life and or improve their standard of living. And I say it that way because that means different things to different people, right? We all have our own desires, goals, dreams, ambitions, wants, and needs. And so all we've done for over 33 years is provide entrepreneurs with a proven business plan, the tools, the resources, the technologies, the support, the training, the community, the products, to enable an unfranchised owner, an entrepreneur to reach their personal and financial goals. That's why we were established, what we've done for over 33 years. And I believe we're just getting started. So with that being said, just wanted to kind of lay the foundation there. I do want to introduce Chele Bow. And Chele Bow is a director. She's an unfranchised owner. She's a director in the business. That's her unfranchised level. And for those of you who are just learning about us, a director is an individual who has earned $18,000 to $25,000 in 4 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, Chele, you're also a $1 Million Club member. You probably earn much more than that. But we would appreciate you taking the time to share some insight, share a little bit about your experience, what attracted you to the business, and what you've experienced as an unfranchised owner. Thanks, Chele.
Awesome. Awesome. And thank you, Andrew. I'm thrilled to be here with you. It's a lot of fun to be behind the scenes with you for a little bit, and I cherish that time. I want to thank everybody for being on. I see a lot of the people that I know and love. So we're just really appreciating the support tonight, and a big shout out to all the guests that are out there. I hope that as I share a little bit about my story, that a lot of you are able to relate to it. I think I couldn't have even imagined 25 years ago when I first looked at this business. I could not have imagined that life could be this good. I couldn't have imagined not being fearful as the bills were piling up and coming through. I was working 70 hours a week. We had two babies. Our life was complete chaos. I probably had no business looking at opening a business. I actually had no interest because I have no knowledge in running a business. I was fearful, right? As most of us probably are if we've never done anything like that. What I did know is that I loved holistic health. And I believed that if I could find a way to break away from corporate America and do something where I could monetize my passion for helping people, that I would be successful. So when I went to look at this business, I will tell you I was quite reluctant, quite skeptical. Some of you probably are here tonight because somebody drug you on and offered you dinner, something. But I thank you for being here because it's step one, and this may not be for you, and that's okay. But I will say the first time I took a look at this, I wanted to sort of put it in a box. I wanted to make it look like something maybe I had done or seen before. And I realized very quickly that it was nothing like anything I'd ever seen. In fact, it was exactly like a franchise. And I thought, wait, if I can learn a system, I could probably do this while continuing to work my 70-hour weeks. And that's exactly what I did. We weaved it in. You would never have guessed 25 years ago this was even possible. So I'm hoping tonight that some of you get hope from this and you can imagine what it might be like if this is a match for you.
Well, you're an inspiration, Chele. You continue to help other people achieve their goals. You just came off a great regional convention that you helped to lead with your team, and just congratulations on all your success. Living debt-free is something that most people don't experience, but it's something that everybody should, and you can. So I'm now going to execute an operation here. I'm going to click share, and hopefully the presentation is available for me. There it is. Okay, so I click share, and then I go here, and then I go here. Did I do that successfully? Can you see?
Success.
Okay, it's a success. So here we go. Let's jump right into this. An introduction to the unfranchised business. We call it the first look. So ultimately, we're built on product and we're powered by people. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the results and the benefits people have experienced using our products. And of course, we're powered by entrepreneurs around the world. Ultimately, Market America Worldwide and Shop.com provides a system for entrepreneurs to create an additional income stream while providing consumers worldwide with a better way to shop. And through results-driven technology and the power of people, we believe that we're creating our own economy and the economy of the future. And as an entrepreneur, as an unfranchised owner, in developing the business and following the system, you ultimately create your own economy. And it can be very, very successful. I think you all agree but the economy has changed dramatically over the past several years, especially since COVID, coming out of COVID, et cetera. And, it's creating unprecedented opportunities for people to become entrepreneurs. I think you all would agree that people do need more money. Most people do need more money. There's a need for immediate income. There's a continuous rise in online sales and technologies, mobile shopping, there's so many things that are happening with AI even. This is advancing these technologies. We believe that people hate to be sold on something, but they do love to buy. We call this one-to-one marketing. We believe it's replacing mass marketing. People just want what they want, you see? So we match products to people and people to products. Then the gig economy. More and more people are recognizing that they do need an additional income stream. They need to diversify their income for themselves and their families, you see. And so there's a variety of ways to generate an additional income. We just believe we have the most realistic and most lucrative business plan that's available out there. And so it's very exciting. People do want control, right, Chele? The people want to take control, over, what they want to do, when they want to do it, with who they want to do it with, and how much they want to do it. They want to control over where they are, and their work schedule. It's just the truth, right? And so we know that Market America and Shop.com is positioned to take advantage of all these trends with the unfranchised business. We just took all the strengths and components of franchising, but at the same time, we eliminated all the weaknesses to create one of our registered trademarks, the unfranchised business. So Chele, talk to us about what attracted you to the business in the 45-year plan.
The 45-year plan is something that most of us don't even know exists until we hear about it. And that was me. So 25 years ago, when this was presented, I hope that some of you, as you're listening to this, all of a sudden it's an ear perk moment for you where you say, wait a minute, what's this 45-year plan? For every 100 people who reach the age of 65, our government is telling us that there's a certain percentage that make it and there's a certain percentage that don't make it. So, Andrew, let's break the numbers down a little bit. If we look at who's making it and who's not making it, there is 95% of this population. Now, I want to ask all of you tonight, just entertain the idea that if I told you wherever you have to drive this evening, you have a 95% chance that you won't make it there. How many of you would stay exactly where you are? Yet, most people will hear the details of this and the breakdown of it, knowing they'll be dead broke or still working at the age of 65, and they will still continue on that path. And I think tonight, I want to appeal to that 5%, those people who say, well, wait a minute. Why does it have to be that way? I'm a hardworking Wisconsin farm girl. This was my pivotal moment. When I saw this, I thought, what are the 5% doing? How did they get there? Well, 3 out of 4 owned a business. So all of a sudden it was, okay, that begs the question, what kind of a business can I own?
Very good. Very good. When you think about it, Chele, think about the different options, or ultimately, why is that? I think you might have mentioned this. The bottom line is 95% of the people simply work 40 to 45 years, put the other 5% in that desirable financial position. They work a plan for somebody else rather than themselves. And so when you think about alternatives or options that people may look toward or try, you start to recognize very quickly they either take too much time or too much money. And what's somebody going to do? Quit their job, go back to medical school, quit their job, go back to law school, working more hours, getting a second or third job? How about even traditional multi-level or network marketing businesses? These do work, but it's unrealistic because it takes so much volume and recruiting so many people to make any significant amount of money. How about franchising? The average cost of a franchise is at least 6 figures for a decent one. And all you're really doing is buying yourself an expensive job, you see? And even starting your own business. I mean, a lot of people want to have their own business, but what kind of business are you going to start? Where's the money going to come from? Most people can't take a leap of faith, quit their job and start their own business. So although everything I'm talking about are legitimate, viable, credible, businesses or opportunities, you start to recognize very quickly, once again, how realistic it would be to successfully implement and succeed at any of those things. And ultimately, it's the reason why we're established. It's the reason why we're here. So our offering, the unfranchised business, is a 2 to 3 year plan. Okay. And that 2 to 3 year plan is based on investing approximately 8 to 15 hours per week, give or take a little bit here and there. If it takes you a little bit longer, a little bit less, it's around that time frame. It enables you to create a very solid foundation to earn an additional income, you see. And over time, you develop a very valuable asset for you and your family, much like exactly how you've done, Chele. Now you live debt-free. You can do what you want when you want, and with who you want, where you want, as much as you want. And God bless you. It's
Right.
phenomenal. So
Right.
the 2 to 3 year plan, not going to happen overnight. Going to take some time, energy, and effort, being coachable and following a proven business plan. But 2 to 3 years is certainly not that much time, to enable you to reach your personal and financial goals. Take it away.
Absolutely. And Andrew, one thing that I would ask people right now is just take a moment, just pause for a second and think, what would it be like? Imagine if you had a supplemental income stream, something that was coming in 24/7, because e-commerce doesn't shut down just because we go to bed. And I think for a moment, just to go, what would that look like? And if I had that, what would I do with it? Would I save it? Would I pay off a debt? Would I maybe make a down payment on a house? Would I perhaps invest it? Maybe you would want to get some more education. Maybe you would put it away for retirement. Maybe it would be that family vacation that you keep promising the kids you're going to take, but year after year, you don't have the money to do it. I remember that growing up, and I remember feeling that same way when our children were growing up. And I think that means so much. What pulls at your heartstrings? What says this would improve the quality of life that we have as a family? And once you feel the sense of why you would do this, I think the rest becomes really elementary, and it's so simple to lay it out from there. Don't you think, Andrew?
I think you said that perfectly. I completely agree. I completely agree. You know, um, when you think about establishing an unfranchised business, it's almost like having an e-commerce business in a box. A lot of people want to capitalize on, the growing technologies and trends, and e-commerce is not slowing down, to your point, right? It's only accelerating, as technology advances. But when you think about getting into an e-commerce business, what products are you going to market? Where are you going to get them? How are you going to handle the distribution, the customer service? Where the technology is where's it going to come from? So we provide all the resources, all built into the system. So once again, e-commerce business in a box. You can earn immediate cash from the sale and marketing of our exclusive products. You're not only equipped with a shop.com site, but you're equipped with a global site. In fact, we can service customers in 190 countries. We operate in 9 countries. We can service customers in 190 countries. We provide you, as I've already mentioned, all the resources, tools, and technologies to increase the efficiency and the effectiveness of an unfranchised owner, of an entrepreneur. You don't have to worry about creating your own materials. It's all built into the system, all accessible and available for you to utilize, right? And the earnings potential is unlimited. It's really up to you. We just help you develop a detailed plan of action based on what you want and when you want it. If you want to compress the plan and do a lot more in a shorter period of time, of course, the business will grow faster. If you want to do less, then of course it's going to take a little bit longer, but it's up to you. It's your business. You own it, you see. And I think that's a very attractive aspect of our business. And the other attractive aspect is the community. You are in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. We have a community of entrepreneurs. We're so fortunate to have attracted such great people. And it's worth noting, Chele, and this, the diversity of the personalities, the backgrounds, the education levels, the financial positions is as diverse as the population itself. You see, as JR used to say, the common golden thread that's woven through all the successful unfranchised owners is they had some coachability, had some desire, and shared their sincerity and their enthusiasm and simply followed a proven business plan, not much like exactly how you did, Chele. So it's a very special community and one that everybody supports each other's efforts. And it's a community that you really don't find, especially in the business world, And so I think we're so fortunate to have this,
Absolutely.
So tell us, Chele, what's in it for the person, here evaluating and learning about who we are and what we do and why we do it?
Right. I love this, Andrew, because it really does go back to, I really feel like, why even try if there is no why? There has to be a why. There has to be a driving force beneath, because otherwise, guys, what's going to happen is it's like anything else we start in life. We'll find a reason to not do it. We'll find a reason to back away. So what is it that's going to help us to move forward? Having that powerful, positive community of people. I agree with you, Andrew, the diversity, the relationships. In fact, I would say that's one of the greater benefits of this business. I think the company is super cool. I think we are trendsetters. I love the way we stay ahead of where business is at. One of probably my most treasured things is that we have mentors and coaches who invest their time and their energy into us. That's exactly why all of us are here. We don't make money unless we're helping others make money. Self-development, I truly believe, Andrew, a lot of people have come on board this company, and the greatest area of growth for them is self-development. I mean, all of a sudden they're listening to podcasts and YouTubes and reading books and doing what successful people do. And those were habits that most of us did not have before. We went to work and we came home from work and we turned on TV, and being able to work from anywhere. When people say to me, oh, is it like one of those things? I'm like, you mean one of those things where I can work from anywhere in the world? One of those things where if my computer's with me or my phone's with me, I'm running my business. To have no inventory, no risk, and a money back guarantee. Probably for me, the greatest asset when I was working 70 hours a week was that I could set my own schedule. I mean, I remember days of loading the kids in the van to take them to the daycare. I'd run back in because, Andrew, in those days, the phone didn't go with us. It hung on the wall in our house, which I think is so funny. But I specifically remember running back in because I would promise myself that I've got to do what it takes if I'm going to have the freedom. So being able to know that there's income coming in 24/7, 190 countries. And another thing, willable and transferable business. My mom passed away last year. She had a business. She willed that business over to me. So I'm here to give my testament that it's actually real and it really happens. And then to be able to earn weekly with no cap on our income. Again, I love being in the driver's seat. Most people who know me know that I like to lead by example. I like to lead from the front. And I also am very, very strong in making sure I bring the next guy with me. So it's an opportunity to really take control of our life and create the future that we desire. And I think it's for me, it's giving people hope that that can actually happen for them, because so many of us just settle. We don't really believe there's a way out of the mess that we're in.
Yeah, I love the fact that the business is organized and structured, in such a way that by supporting other people who deserve, our time, energy, and effort, and once again have that desire to get what they want, right? Reach their goals by helping them to succeed, it guarantees our own success. And that's a very unique dynamic in business. Normally that's not the case, because it's a dog eat dog world, right? Here, it's about cooperation and support and helping other people as opposed to competitions. I think it's just a beautiful organizational structure and design. So as I'm going to move forward here, we have a video, and if you don't mind, Chele, give me a thumbs up if the audio plays after I click. Okay,
Will do.
I just want to make sure. So here's a quick little video for you to enjoy. You're going to hear the passion in the voices of JR and Lauren and Mark and Steve Ashley. So enjoy.
The power of Market America and the unfranchised system makes it possible for anyone to succeed who otherwise would not have had a way to do it.
We've created a solid foundation for which we'll continue to grow.
One of the most important things you can do is keep the business simple.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. We will continue to make the impossible possible. Groundbreaking products and delivery systems, incredible technological advancements.
Companies don't make people successful. People make companies successful.
There's something very special about this community. Yes, we're economically driven. Yes, we're entrepreneurs. Yes, we're in it to make money and to help others make money. But we also develop a community. Everybody in the world wishes they had what you have. You need to tell them about it.
Be the best version of you. It all starts with you.
Market America is an internet digital marketing and product brokerage company with a universal shopping cart. That is what we are.
Anything you could want, you can get from shop.com.
We are always, as a company, identifying and adapting to paradigm shifts in the world.
I knew that this was an organization that paid very close attention to detail and was committed to what they said they were going to do.
I'm an ambassador for Market America because I believe in the model.
They will know Market America like they know Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
I am not paid to be here. I'm here because I believe in the mission of this company, and I believe in all of you.
Be great, be exceptional, be extraordinary, be authentic, be disruptive.
There's a new economy that you're going to tap into. Take advantage of it. The time is now.
So here we go. We'll continue here. You heard the passion in the voices there, and one of the voices, of course, was JR, our founders here, Lauren and JR Reidinger. We lost JR suddenly about 2.5 years ago. He's the visionary, the founder. the chairman. And so we're so fortunate to have learned so many lessons from him. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here today, and we continue to carry those lessons and apply the lessons and all the things that we've learned from him. So the legacy does continue. It's just a great success story. In 1992, J.R. and Lauren Ridinger founded the company, and they envisioned a concept that would allow people to shop online, receive cash back on their everyday purchases, and earn commissions by simply sharing their favorite products with others. From this idea, Market America grew from humble beginnings to the global enterprise it is today. As I've mentioned, we're operating in 9 countries, and we service 190 countries. We have tens of thousands of entrepreneurs. We paid billions. You'll see the numbers momentarily. And as I mentioned, the legacy does continue. And so Lauren has just continued to lead the way as a co-founder and our CEO, along with our president and COO, Mark Ashley, our president and COO, Steve Ashley. We have a great chief growth officer, Steve Bosson, and so many great teammates, that continue to make things happen in partnership with our community of unfranchised owners. And that relationship, Jerry used to say, it was a symbiotic relationship. One depends on the other, and so it continues. But if you bear with me for a moment, I think it's important to understand, where we've come from in JR's legacy. He really revolutionized the direct sales industry. He shifted the focus to real products for real people. And he fostered a cooperative business model, for global success. As I mentioned, it's about cooperation as opposed to competition. He pioneered online retail innovations that bridge the gap to an aspirational and attainable opportunity worldwide. He empowered individuals to build their own economy, which is what the business can do, right? Allowing for personal and financial achievement. He ignited belief in everyone around him as an extraordinary believer in human resilience and the entrepreneurial spirit. I often say that he believed in other people, even more so they even believed in themselves. He believed in the human, potential. And he built a blueprint for global success with the UnFranchised business and the management performance compensation plan. And you mentioned it, Chele. It's about hope. It's a legacy of hope for future generations. And Jerry, I always like to say this, Jerry used to call our team a motley crew, and so, all different types of experiences, educations, wisdom, but at the end of the day, we all come together and we all just make it happen. And Jerry says, well, what does it take? Well, it takes what it takes. We just make it happen. And that's what we've done as a team, and have a tremendous love and respect for each and every one of our teammates as we continue to move forward with this enterprise, and one that I believe is just beginning. So Chele, if you don't mind, talk to us about, what we are and who we are.
I think, Andrew, this is such a perfect transition, because most guests would be sitting there now thinking, okay, looks pretty cool, sounds pretty cool. Andrew's great. I love what the company stands for. I love the vision, but who the heck are you? Why have I not heard of you? And I think that's all of us. I think all of us feel that, like, why have I not heard of you? I truly think it's the best kept secret. And so when you look at the intelligence behind what JR did when he introduced this company, one, being a product broker, just like Sam Walton with Walmart. We brought products in, we just didn't house them under a machine shed, right? So we move those products to the end consumer with an exclusive contract with that manufacturer. And guys, if you look at business concept, you want diversity, you want exclusivity, and you want consumability. You want to know that exclusive product is going to run out. You want to know that it's diverse, so everybody's going to find something. But then to be able to move it through an e-commerce site, what? I mean, to be an entrepreneur, to own your own website, I always tell people, your family's going to think you're crazy. When you say to them, if you'd have told me a year ago, I'd be sitting here owning one of the biggest e-commerce platforms in the world, right? They'd have never believed it, but here you are. So we were founded in 92 in Greensboro, North Carolina, operations in 9 countries, 32 years of service, 40 exclusive private label brands, which includes what many of you have probably heard of and why you're here tonight is the Isotonics nutraceuticals. It truly is the most advanced nutraceutical in the world. And having thousands of exclusive products, again, puts us ahead of the companies out there that are trying to be a 1 or 2 product company. It just doesn't work. So one of the things I'm most proud of, and I love sharing with people, is that we have won an award called the Torch Award, not once, not twice, but 3 times while maintaining an A+ rating with a Better Business Bureau. But this award, guys, trust, performance, and integrity. It's hard to beat that.
Amen. Well said, Chele. Not on point. So this is some of our. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
So these are some of our brands, and Isotonics, definitely a flagship division, but how many of you have thought about, man, if I could find a healthy way to manage my weight, or if I could find a healthy way to manage my stress, or if I could help my pet because I want my pet to be with me longer, or boy, if I could clean my house with things that were environmentally friendly and safe for my children. Well, all of it is here. We are known that for having something for everyone, and there is everything for someone. And I think when you look at the brands with this company, they just keep getting better, but they're billion-dollar industries. We know people want these products. We just make sure we beat the competition.
Exactly. So we're going to roll a little video here. It just kind of highlights the different brands and the industries you're able to capitalize on as an unfranchised owner. But ultimately, the next video is about Isotonics.
Stop swallowing pills that go nowhere. Meet Isotonics, superior vitamins that millions have trusted for 30 years as the best on the market. Unlike most supplements, Isotonics works with your body's natural hydration process for maximum results with an isotonic formula. That means you're not just taking these vitamins, you're absorbing them. Get 95% bioavailability, up to 8 times faster than typical capsules. These are the science-backed ingredients with fast-acting results your body deserves. Simply mix the powder with the recommended amount of water, drink, and go. It's that easy. No binders, no coatings, no junk. Just high-quality nutrients delivering results you'll feel. If you're tired of wasting money and time on pills, then drink to your health with Isotonics.
The ultimate Isotonics protocol is on-the-go science-backed revitalization that fuels your day, anywhere, anytime. Forge a powerful synergy with 2 groundbreaking products, carefully perfected with years of development. From busy moms to CEOs, students to athletes, this is the protocol for everyone who wants to conquer their day with leveled up energy and a fortified mind and body, while also combating signs of aging for lasting vitality. International bestseller Isotonics Daily Essentials delivers 100% of your vital nutrients faster than a typical pill. H2 Tab floods your cells with nanobubbles of molecular hydrogen, an antioxidant that goes deep into tissue, targeting free radicals. Simply mix 1 Daily Essentials packet into 8 ounces of water, drop in 1 H2 Tab, let it dissolve, and drink immediately to supercharge your Daily Essentials. Harness science, improve your life, and live without limits with the ultimate isotonics protocol.
And what's unique about isotonics is the fact that, most people, when they take a multivitamin or a multimineral or an antioxidant, they take tablets. And tablets are, of course, compressed into that form with fillers, there's a coating and binders, and your body just physiologically can't break it down in order to absorb the nutrients that you're paying for, right? So isotonics are very unique because the crystals, when mixed with water, they become in an isotonic state, which means the same osmotic pressure as the fluids in your system. So when you drink isotonics on an empty stomach, the pyloric valve remains open because there's no digestive process that needs to take place in the stomach, and the solution goes right into the small intestines. You're getting maximum absorption. And because you're absorbing the nutrients that you're paying for, because of this isotonic delivery system, your body's able to help itself, and the results have been really life-changing, haven't they? And so there you have it. There's the video verbally done.
There it is.
But I think it's also worth noting that, JR, his original thought, idea, and vision was to enable people to ultimately convert their spending into earning, to get paid in almost anything and everything they could need or want, you see. And so a number of years ago, we added a dimension to our business, with a number of partners, actually over 2,000 partners, and there are companies that you already buy things from anyway. So why not just continue to buy some of those things that you're continually buying from these companies, but now get paid for it, right? Why wouldn't you want to do that? You see, so now millions of products and services can be accessed through your own shop.com site. And the incentive as just a consumer is that we pay individuals to shop in the simple cashback program.
The Market America seller has the ability to earn retail profits by building a loyal and satisfied customer base, and earn commissions by expanding sales and distribution channels with additional teams of sellers. A revolutionary referral tracking system allows the seller to receive 100% credit on all purchases made by them, their customers, and their customers' referrals, as well as capturing their team's transactional footprints. The sophisticated Management Performance Compensation Plan, MPCP, enables people to earn a supplemental income. MarketAmericaShop.com is the complete package designed and built to satisfy multiple needs and provide the ultimate turnkey business solution for aspiring entrepreneurs.
The 3 ways an unfranchised owner can make money.
I love this. And I hope, everybody is really paying attention to this, because one of the greatest questions we get, is this a turnkey business? Can I come right out of the gates earning income? Absolutely. In fact, before the gate opens. So when you look at cashback, we have something called a VIFT wallet, VIFT. That VIFT wallet is phenomenal. In fact, today I had a conversation with someone who had no idea that they had $800 sitting in their VIFT wallet. So where does the VIFT wallet money come from? Well, as a consumer of the products, or a client of one of us, you're getting cash back every time you purchase products through our websites. And for us as owners, same thing. We are also, however, earning retail profit, which goes directly into our VIFT wallet. So imagine not having to keep that inventory, products and services continually being ordered, whether you're manning the site or not. And that profit's about a 30% markup on the exclusive products, which is why we have so many exclusives. And then the third way, and this to me is the most significant, volume-based commissions. What I mean by that is there is a certain volume or BV point attached to each of those exclusive products. The company is tracking that, and all we have to do is point and click, and we know what we're going to earn in commissions, and we're paid on Fridays based on the volume that's produced by the entire organization.
Beautifully said. Yep, exactly right. It's nice to have your digital wallet continuously increasing with dollars, and it's nice to get that little email that notifies you with that deposit that goes right into your account with the commissions being earned. The next video ultimately talked about a referral tracking system. I think it's worth mentioning that when you think about how our business has grown for 33 years, and people have earned so much money and the whole bit, it's because the products perform, they get results, and individuals make money. That's really the bottom line, And so when you think about an experience like going to a movie that you loved or a great new restaurant. The best part about the experience in many cases is tell somebody about it. You can't help but we're human beings. You can't keep a good thing to yourself. You got to tell somebody. So that person that you told about that movie, that restaurant, think about going to a restaurant or go see a movie. They probably remember what you said and they go see the movie, go eat at the restaurant, right? Well, after 30 days, maybe 30 or 40 or 50 people went to go see that movie, eat at that restaurant, just because you told one or two people about it because of word of mouth, right? And you got no credit for all the business that you directly or indirectly led to for that movie or that restaurant, you see? Well, JR figured out that if he could create an automated system that could track all that word of mouth advertising, right? A referral tracking system to ensure that 100% of all the business that you directly or indirectly lead to via word of mouth, it all comes back to you. So you do earn, you do capitalize, you do get paid. That's exactly what the plan does. And it's absolutely genius. It's phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. I just want to encourage you, if there's any interest, as you hear myself and Chele talk to you about who we are and what we do and why we do it, et cetera, you'll evaluate 5 steps of the plan. You see, we've generated over 12 billion in estimated accumulated retail sales since the inception as of December 31st, and that's cool. That's great. It's a decent number. We feel like we're just getting started. You see, but I think what is impressive, and once again, this is continuously increasing. Over 6.2 billion has been earned by entrepreneurs, by unfranchised owners, when you combine the retail profits and commissions, you see. And yes, we have hundreds who've made millions, and we have, tens of thousands that earn on a weekly basis. So you think about making a 7-figure income annually or making an extra few $100s a month and everything in between, we can point to many different unfranchised owners who've achieved that, you see. And it's quite remarkable and it's quite inspiring. And it's just beginning. I call our enterprise a sleeping giant. You said the best kept secret. I think we're still a sleeping giant. And we have real people making real money. And I often joke, Chele, every time I show the plan or present this or talk to some people and they see this slide, they say, well, they probably just pulled some pictures of people off the internet. Well, no, these are actually real people. We have
looking right at myself right now. It's so funny.
But new people are eclipsing the $1 million commission mark, because as you understand the structure of the model and the organization, how it develops, you start to quickly realize that, as time goes on, your business continues to develop and grow, and commissions continuously are being earned. So it's only a matter of time before you achieve your personal and financial goals. So Chele, talk about what we are, what we're not, and what we are.
This is so good for all of us to see, as whether we're unfranchised owners or guests tonight. You think, okay, I've got it. I've got a little background on the company. I see what your vision is. I'm understanding a little bit about how you pay and how that works. But I still want to put you in a box, so I think it's important that we see, what are we not and why are we not that? Because so often, because we eat out of a box, we look at a box, we live in a box, we drive a box, we want to put everything in a box. I wanted to as well. So tonight I'm going to ask you, just for a moment, entertain with Andrew and I the idea that maybe we're not in a box. So what are we not? We are not your typical horizontal structure. In fact, we don't build horizontally. Yet, when you look at the companies that do, it's not that they're bad companies. It's just the pay structure is not going to give you the greatest amount of return. So we are not multi-level marketing. We are not direct sales. We are not even real estate or insurance people, even though people kind of put us in that category. We have that independence, right? The 1099, we have the creativity, but you're still only as good as your last sale, and you're still working only for yourself. There isn't the leverage there. We're very, very, very much like franchising. In fact, I always say, if you crossed an internet marketing company with a franchise and they had a baby, we are the baby. Like, we are the baby of them. So why we are not these things? What are the downsides? There is no incentive for teamwork or helping other people. It is the dog eat dog world. Earnings are determined by your position when you started, right? And that was something that really was concerning to me. You can't grow unless you either take the place of somebody because they died or the company fired them. Wow, that feels great, right? So they become your best friend, but now you're taking their position. Person at the bottom of those types of businesses will always make the least amount of money. The company will pay you just enough to keep you, and you'll work just hard enough to keep that job, but you're always fighting to get to the top. And what I saw in so much of corporate America and things like real estate and insurance is we say we're a team, but we're really creating our own competition. And I love what we are, and that is a vertical marketing structure. Write down the term binomial marketing. Bi meaning two organizations, a left and a right, simple, right? The entire team working together, collaboration, teamwork, no percentages, no levels, no horizontal building. Everyone earns 100% of what's being produced. Volume-based commissions. So we're compounding everyone's efforts. We're providing that super positive environment. We have a ton of fun. We laugh so much. We encourage one another. And each one of us has an economic connection to the other people within the organizations. So we're constantly helping other people succeed. And I'm going to say, we're not paid because you register a business with this company. There's no bonus or kickback. We've got a new team member. We're going to link you up to the organization, left or right. But from there, it's up to you. Are you looking for $300, $500 a month? You looking for $2,100, $3,600 a week? Whatever it is, the next step is show me the money, because that's exactly where most of us are at this point. Show me the money. Andrew,
Exactly.
this quiz is changing the world right now.
It really is. It's a new tool that was introduced at our last conference, which is called Leadership School. We held here in Miami in early March. For actually less than 60 seconds, you can unlock a healthier you, right? And so for those of you who are guests, I recommend that you prompt the UnFranchise owner, tell them to send you the health quiz, and it'll recommend, based on what your health goals are, it'll recommend the products to satisfy those goals and to get you on the right track. It's just a great, very valuable tool, for UnFranchise owners. And to your point, Chele, if there's any interest at all, it's just about scheduling an appointment and learning, becoming enlightened and educated about how the business develops, how it's established, how an individual is compensated. I think you'll recognize that a lot of things that we said will, become even more clear as you understand how it all works. But with that being said, my apologies for the technical challenge. I thought I'd do it perfectly, but in the editing, I'll prompt them to include the videos for this. But Chele, we really appreciate you taking the time and sharing your thoughts and your experiences and your wisdom and, what you've accomplished. And, you continue to help other people. I know it's like, if you love what you do, you never consider it work. So just salute you and really respect what you've accomplished and continue to do for the community and as you continue to grow your business and take it to new heights.
Thank you, Andrew. And same back to you. You do so much for all of us. It's honestly a pleasure to get to be here with you tonight. And thank you to all of our guests this evening. Really loved having you guys on there and all of your comments. Thanks for manning the chat, everybody, and spending that time with us this evening. Appreciate it so much. So guys, just include us. Let us know what we can do to help you with the next steps. If this is something that you think is worth getting more information, awesome. Maybe you want to connect the person who invited you to someone that you thought of while we were walking through the information. Have a great night.
A great night. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.